finally made it to the first spot where we can start glassing. Got first light on the peaks. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna find a stud buck. Last night it was perfectly dry up here. There was no precipitation, so a storm came through last night and dumped at least an inch of hail. Now it's all melted, starting to melt, but it's a fresh buck track. They definitely were walking through here. He's going back up that way. Last night those bucks were feeding over there on that little cliff band. We're trying to wait for the wind to get a little bit more stable and very slowly, just patiently flanking where we think they are. Bluebird, it's a good day. It's a killing day. Wind's not giving us much of a break. Keeps coming from the northwest, shifting to the northeast, and then coming up with thermals from below every now and then. We're coming up on noon, and we still don't have good wind. Goes to show you don't always get what you want. You put in a lot of effort to come up this high to try and get in position, and really at the end of the day it doesn't matter what you do, you still need nature to cooperate. Gotta be patient, see what happens here. Still really shifty. I like that. When you start hearing those little grasshoppers, that's when you know your thermals have shifted. So if you start hearing the grasshoppers a lot, they like to fly around in the thermals. When you start hearing them, that means you're good to go-ish. But this wind is really kicking around a lot. Here. 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 target buck is nowhere to be found. So we're missing, at this point, 3 deer. We found the small non-typical and some weird wonky looking buck, but the big guy disappeared. So the search continues. It's kind of interesting the way that the management's been over the last few years, and predators and a lot of other factors out west. My expectations coming to this hunt candidly aren't very high. We all have this desire to chase something that, you know, eludes us in our dreams, makes us stay up at night and practice every day. But at the same time, I'm a very realistic person. DIY and big country, you just give it all you got and give it the best you can. So at the end of the day, we'll see where the cards lay. Boy, we're ascending an extremely steep slope with a lot of deadfall our first thing in the morning. Trying to catch my breath, but hopefully we can cut up through this timber, get above the tree line, and we're gonna skirt around and look at this basin that looks like it has exactly what these deer like. Some steep chutes with grass and a rim rock about midway to 3/4 of the way up. So better get going, quit talking. So what I thought turned into something that had zero merit at all, because we're in a beautiful basin. Looks like big buck country. Even has fresh beds. A little while back. Lots of hidden pockets, perfect stuff. But no bucks. See, they're testing us. They're making us work for it. So we're gonna wrap around this basin, go out to that high point there, glass another bench, and we're just gonna give it hell. This looks like some really good country. We've scoured it pretty good. That is an absolutely classic, beautiful willow basin, but no deer in it. So we're gonna keep looking. So every now and then it's good to stop and take a look at what nature has to offer around you. I've been out looking for bucks, and we stumbled across this really cool little blueberry patch. This is a dwarf blueberry patch up in the tundra. It's a little tedious, takes time and a little bit of patience. If you work at it and you pull the plant aside a little bit, the truth be known, we've been sitting here for about an hour already, and we already grabbed big handfuls and ate them. And we figured it'd be a good idea to kind of show you now with my meager 4 blueberries. But they're super tasty. Anyway, it's super cool. I enjoy doing it. I think we got them all already. Most of them. A few of these little guys, boy, they're small. But we each had a nice handful there a minute ago, and we popped it. All right, back for some more deer hunting, right? I mean, we are literally, days into this thing, right? We're grinding every morning, getting up and changing basins. we had the intention of packing into some of this country and spending multiple days hunting particular deer, but the way that the herd is significantly impacted right now on the age class and genetic side of things, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that backpacking these particular basins wouldn't have done us any good. So we've been getting up every day at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, hiking into basins that candidly I'm not sure many people get into. You got to climb a couple thousand vertical feet through timber, and a lot of these places there's no trails. Grinding out beautiful high country basins with everything a buck needs for nothing. And so that's been a tough part. It's kind of been a theme to the hunt for the last few days. But I've always had a saying that the harder you work, the luckier you get. And so we're going to keep grinding and see if we can find a big buck still. We just relocated the big 3x3. He's a heavy, mature deer. He's over the top of this cornice. He's down off the top about 100 yards. We're going to circle around to the saddle and get our wind right and come up the ridge and then drop down the chute. Hopefully that the wind will stay and we can get ourselves a 20 or 30 yard shot. It's going to be tight. So I hope everything holds. And on the flip side, we'll be doing a grip and grin. Off we go. So we just got done wrapping around the top of those pinnacles, and that buck literally had me. I was standing there frozen for a little bit, then I tried to kind of edge up, but he just had to jump on us. Beautiful buck, but we always have tomorrow, so we're gonna get back after it. We're on our way over to a really nice 4x4 bedded up. He's got 6 other bucks with him. We've been waiting for the thermals to steady up. Get that wind coming up real good, so they bedded behind the knob. We're gonna keep elevation, roll the knob, try and get visual and see what happens. Hopefully it plays to script. These bucks are right over this knob right here. We can't be 800 yards away. And the wind is, for the most part, coming up pretty good. Every now and then we're getting a slight swirl that I'm not liking. But the good news is we do have a bluebird sky, so hopefully it'll get its mind straight and stick to the direction. I'm just gonna kind of wait here for a little bit, feel a little bit more confident with the direction, and then it's not gonna take us very long to get tight, so. Gotta have a little patience. So I just took a peek, and I think we have enough contour. We're gonna be able to work in right above them. There's like a little depression I think they're bedded in. I think we're gonna get this done. Whew, give me some, boy. Let's go. Whenever I know that I'm fairly close and I'm not gonna be able to move much because I'm stalking, I always pop like something sweet. It helps calm you down. Not really calm you down as much as it just quits you from being jittery. It smooths you out. I think it's a good day to kill a deer. These deer are right over the top here. They're within a couple hundred yards. So we're gonna go in now. You know, when you have an opportunity to stalk a buck on a perfect bluebird day, that's about as good a killing weather as you can have. The diurnal shift is super predictable. The thermals generally get going really good for you. I always say that 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is that's your killing hours. That's when you want to actually get it done. And this buck fed into a perfect little spot, a nice little depression right underneath of a kind of like a rock outcropping, if you will. And I was able to stay out of sight and stalk in and above and get a really great 60-yard shot on this buck. It went in right here, right at the base of the neck, popped out on the back side of the pocket. I think I ended up getting one lung. He ended up working his way uphill. He was coughing the whole way and having a really hard time, but then he wrapped around and just dropped all the way down to the timber. And he definitely took us on a run. Very, very little blood to follow, very difficult to track, but every 15 to 20 yards, I'd just find the smallest little bit of blood. And there was a lot of guesswork involved with just trying to figure out where he was going to angle out and what was his path of travel. But we got lucky, and I ended up finding this thing bedded facing his back trail. So literally, as I was following his blood, I looked up, and there I see antler tips just staring straight at me. But I hadn't risen up enough for him to face me or see me yet. So I could just see the tops of his antlers, and that's when I backed out and circled around and got a finishing shot there at 20 yards. Bro, I can track that thing 400 yards through the timber with no blood, and he's taking his last breath. What? I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm really not. That was the most savage tracking job ever. He was leaving no sign. Look at this. I tracked him from all the way up here, like 600 feet through dark timber on nothing. Like literally just like the tiniest kiss on a piece of grass for like 20 yards. Hoof impressions. Dude, let's go look at this freaking buck. Look at that. That is a hammer. That is a freaking hammer. Is he okay?
That's freaking sick.
He's gonna do this to us, huh? The highs and the lows of high country bow hunting. I don't have a lot, you know, that I can say that does this moment justice. An incredible buck. Great buck. What a hammer. That's a big buck. Oh.
I'm jealous. Don't you agree?
Got to eat. I'm not gonna lie, this hunt was a grind. All the emotions, the ups and downs of do-it-yourself Western spot and stalk bow hunting. There's nothing that comes easy with it. Really, at the end of the day, you have no idea what you're gonna get. It's travel, 15 hours, get out and hike giant ridges and work hard. And then, hope you have a little bit of luck and hope the Lord's on your side. It's not something that you can ever really predict, I don't think. But we do our best, we work hard, and I just feel really fortunate and lucky. We got a great buck. He's definitely well into the 90s and beautiful 5x5, perfect velvet. I honestly couldn't be more happy. So, boy, I'll tell you what, we faced all of the ups and downs. Faced almost every emotional struggle you could. Faced some good weather, some bad weather, and a lot of small bucks, a lot of no bucks. But then we lucked into this guy, and I can't tell you how fortunate I feel to be able to take a buck of this caliber up there in the high country like that. He's one of my better high country archery mule deer, and I'm just glad that, we were able to take you along to show you everything that we could. Obviously, there's some parts of the stock and the footage that we couldn't get super close because I didn't want to jeopardize not getting the shot when we were working so hard. And a buck like that would just disappear into the timber and you'd have nothing. But I think we got enough to tell a pretty cool story, and I hope you guys enjoy it.